Hi, it's Jeff Lundblad with Family Legacy Estate Sale, your collectibles source, with another one of my videos about the collectibles hobby. This particular video is going to be talking about carded figures, and I know that's a big area of collectibles for many people. Seems as if going back into the 70s and 80s, there's really very few carded figures still around. It seems like it's more prevalent in the 90s, and then of course more recently, past 2000, almost everybody's keeping their figures in their original carded packaging. So anyway, I ran into a collection of Star Wars figures recently, and I thought this would be good to share with the audience here. I've got 3 different carded figures, and these are more recent figures from the 90s series, the Power of the Force series, and these 2 particularly caught my eye when I bought this whole collection. I had seen this one dozens and dozens of times, and this is the standard 1995 Stormtrooper. I have seen the Power of the Force carded figures with shortly after that the Shadows of the Empire came out in 97, 98-ish. But this one caught my eye because it's got the AT-ST driver here on the picture, but it's got a Stormtrooper. And it says Star Wario. So I was thinking maybe this is a foreign figure, maybe it's an error because the figure and the photo don't match. But after doing some research, it looks like it's counterfeit. Because if you compare the 2 Stormtroopers, you can see these figures are not, other than being black and white, they're very dissimilar. The weapons are different. The outfit's different. This is purely and simply a counterfeit, probably made for a Latin American market, but there are collectors that do want to buy, let's say, counterfeit and or bootleg figures, but it's a slippery slope reselling those. So got to be careful with that. This one here. There is a Bootleg Star Pilot figure, but I've never seen one with this card. Okay, the photo is different on this card, and the figure is different than the Bootleg figure that I've seen. But if you look at the figure closely, you can see it's not very professionally done. It doesn't look like it's factory done. It looks like it's been hand painted. And then I compared it to the card of what I know is a factory-produced card. You can even see there's a lack of detail and sharpness in the letters in the card. There's even a thickness difference in the card. You can't obviously see that on film or on recording, but this is purely a fantasy piece. This is a custom figure that somebody found a card, printed it out, bought the bubble, painted up the figure, and started reselling them. So while I wouldn't call this a bootleg figure, it's not certainly something that was sanctioned and or approved by Lucasfilms and in the Star Wars community. So, things to look out for, because there is a lot of people doing a lot of things out there. And again, just look under the word Kenner, back to my original thought. You can see this card is definitely got a grainier look to it. It's not professionally printed. So anyway, when you see figures you don't really recognize, do a little research on them. And if you want them for your collection, great. But this kind of thing is a slippery slope of trying to resell it, because technically, I would guess it's against the law. I'm not a lawyer, but I would technically think that is against the law to reproduce things and market it under Star Wars. So stay tuned for future videos. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks.